So in order for CSIS to be able to do a particular operation, it has to meet this matter of threats to the security of Canada. And then they can go and do that wiretap. This definition within a declaration of public order emergency under the Emergencies Act is about the governor and council finding reasonable grounds that there are threats to the security of Canada sufficient to invoke the Emergency Measures Act. So both the context and the purpose is very different. The people doing the deciding, in the case of the CSIS Act, if this is met as a definition, it's CSIS itself that decides that this is met. There's checks and balances afterwards. But for the purpose of declaration of a public order emergency, it's the governor and council, cabinet and the prime minister making that determination. So the context within which we look at this definition is very different from the deliberately narrow frame that CSIS is allowed to look at. What inputs it can take in, what proofs it needs to establish this are very well prescribed so that CSIS can be, so that CSIS is responsible in what it does. Whereas the declaration of public order emergency is open to inputs, sure, from CSIS, but also from the RCMP, also some from transport, from immigration, from the whole of government, from the clerk, from the National Security Intelligence Advisor. So within threats to the security of Canada, what we had to determine was, does the situation going on across the country constitute a threat to the security of Canada? Yes or no? And then we looked at particularly C. Are there activities within Canada directed towards or in support of the threat or use of acts of serious violence against persons or property for the purpose of achieving a political or ideological objective? That was what we were looking at. Is that threshold met? Are there activities supporting the threats or acts of serious violence, a threat of serious violence for political or ideological goals? If that threshold was met in our reasoned opinion, then that part of invoking a public order emergency was met. The other part of it is, does it constitute a national emergency? And there's elements on that I won't get into unless you ask me about. But I was very much focused on, was this bar hit? Yes or no, for the purposes of invoking the Emergencies Act. There has been a bit of back and forth at this commission on whether these words are different or can be read differently or are broader when they're used in a public order emergency than they're used for the CSIS. It's not the words that are different. The words are exactly the same in both cases. The question is, who's doing the interpretation, what inputs come in, and what is the purpose of it? And the purpose of it for this point was to be able to give us in special temporary measures as defined in the Public Order Emergency Act that would put an end to this national emergency.